We'll cover off the contract situation. A lot's been written. What's the truth?
The truth is, I said it so many times. I mean, I came out and talk early stage of the civil year, not the season's year, and I said what I had to say, and I was clear enough about it. And I said so many times, you know, people all the time wonder if it does disturb me or don't disturb me. When you look at the performances that I'm doing, that I put out there on the pitch for my club, that should be an answer of all this kind of question. After I said so many times, you know, we're talking about it. I'm talking with the board and also at the moment about the contract situation. But there is so many things at stake that we should talk about. I mean, sometimes we finish the game and we're not even in the top four, and we're in the quarterfinal of the Champions League, and the only question that I have is it true or not true? And at the moment, it's not to put the subject out of the way. It's we're not even in the top four, and we still don't win the Champions League. And what I'm saying is, people always wonder. I think my main concern right now is is to finish in the top four, because it's more than vital for the club and for everything that's going to happen at the club next. And to concentrate on winning the Champions League. That is where my focus is right now. And don't get me wrong, you don't want to start to think about all this kind of situation, because you can, in a way, yeah, if you start to think about it over what you should think about, that means the pitch and what is happening right now, then it can disturb you, but it doesn't.
So you've come out and said you wanted to stay, you were minded to stay, you said you're talking about it now. People have said what the delay is, and you've just answered it by saying, well, I'm dealing with the season and then we're going to discuss it. Is that the state of...
Yeah, it is still. I mean, I said so many times, you know, I talked about, because people sometimes are talking about money and all this kind of thing. And I think people should know by now that I'm not someone who thinks about the money before the game. That is why, you know, when I talked about sportive ambitions, I was talking about the pitch and nothing else. That is the main thing for me. Then after, as I said to you, you know, if like Chelsea 20 points ahead and then in the semi-final of the FA Cup and out already of the Champions League, maybe you can start to think about stuff. But we're not in that situation. I can't afford to keep my foot off the pedal and think about other stuff when my team needs me to be focused on what we're doing right now, trying to get top four and maybe finally get our hands on that trophy.
But of course, after the season, you've got the World Cup as well, so you're going to try and get it done before the World Cup, because otherwise it's just going to drag on, isn't it?
Well, it will be done before. As I said to you, end of the season, we're going to have to take a decision. It will be done before the World Cup, that's for sure.
We'll move on. Captaincy, you've got your feet under the table as a captain. Do you feel it's your side and you've got a proper influence as a captain now?
I do feel I have an influence on the team. I just think that sometimes, you know, it's kind of difficult when you we all talk to each other, trying to find a way, you know, when we were not playing that well, and trying to find a solution to see how we can play better. And then you're on the pitch and then you don't see anything coming yet, you know, it's frustrating. You know, you're there, you talk, you all the time we talk to each other, you know, I talk to them, they talk to me or whatever, to find out what can we do to play better. And then you know, you go out in the game and nothing that you said has been done. You know, it takes a while. It takes a while, like I said, you know, I don't want to go back on the injuries, but when you're young, I remember in my young days, you know, I wasn't the player that I am right now. You know, sometimes I was maybe amazing, sometimes not, sometimes yes, sometimes, you know, I was doing some mistake that I don't do anymore right now. So, as I said to you, you're going to learn when you're young only if you play. And you can see right now, a guy like, for example, I take the example of Mathieu Flamini, because the first time he came on as against West Ham, you could see that sometimes he was way out of position. He was in the middle when he should be on the left, and second game a bit still. Third game you could see that he was understanding a bit more his position, even though he's not even on his good foot, and he's not in his right position. And more now it seems like maybe, don't push it too far, maybe he doesn't do what he do offensively, but he does a great job at the back. But my point is, he needed game for that, and he needed, unfortunately, to do mistake sometimes, because you only learn like that, and that's the thing that was a bit difficult for us sometimes, is that we did, and some people in the team learn the hard way, and that's unfortunate. But you know, it is a difficult job, like, because if I miss a goal, I can have another opportunity to score a goal. When you miss your clearance at the back, it's a goal. Well, if the guy that scored 50% of the time, it is a goal, and people see it, and then you see it the day after, and if you do it again, then people start to talk about it, and that's when it is even more difficult as a youngster. That is why you don't usually see a lot of youngsters at the back. You see the people who are coming through usually early are strikers. Then sometimes you have midfielders, and then you have people at the back. And we had a lot of people coming through at the back this year. And it is more of a team. It is a team effort, but at the back it is even more a team effort, because you need to learn. If you need to be confident if that guy is going to cover for you, if you can step out, you need to know your guys. It doesn't just happen like